Hi, I'm Veronica, and I am really terrified basically. But I thought I would make a video because I've had a lot of comments and questions over the last few days about what I've been doing, and I thought it would just be a good way to reach out to everybody and explain what is going on and why. Basically, I have been doing a series of EU referendum drawings, um, and this isn't me about to explain to you how I feel about the EU referendum. This is just purely the reasoning behind what I'm doing. I am an artist, an illustrator. I make cards mainly and gifts. And I've always really wanted to do political things because I'm a very political person. But obviously, as I run a business, I've been very apprehensive and worried about alienating people. In the dabbling experience I've had with things like feminism and a cartoon I did about Jeremy Hunt, I've had like some really positive feedback, but still I've never kind of committed. Um, Ever since I was at school, one of my favourite artists was Bob and Roberta Smith, who I have watched over the last few years campaigning for arts education, and now he's campaigning also for a vote to remain for the EU referendum. And a few people actually asked me if I was going to do anything about it, and I thought this would be a good a time as any to experiment and see how I get on. Um, the intention behind the actual drawings, I don't know if I've quite hit the nail on the head because people haven't always got them, but it was purely to lighten the mood. I wanted to create drawings that people could relate to and illustrate kind of the things that people are feeling, but in a light-hearted way. So things that they might want to share to say like, "Oh, come on, this is mental." Um, Generally, my products, my cards work because people read them and they relate to them because they're a bit cynical, a bit silly, and they're not too heavy. And that's kind of what I was going for here. Um, Whilst, of course, I personally take the referendum incredibly seriously, um, these drawings are never going to be anything but like a sort of a satirical take on the crazy, like outlandish nonsense that we've been hearing from both sides, to be quite honest, throughout the campaign. There are lots of reasons I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I am genuinely worried about the lack of chocolate seahorses if we leave. Like, I have made it very, well, I've tried to make it clear that this is a parody of what's going on rather than me suddenly becoming some BBC style unbiased fact finder presenting serious things about the referendum. Um, in fact, I've tried to make it very clear that these are not facts. I've tried to make it very clear that I am incredibly biased because why shouldn't I be? Like, I'm just a person, I'm not on Newsnight, basically. Um, I also didn't do it because I thought I could change people's opinions. I think most people have decided a long time ago, and the people that haven't decided are not looking to me for political influence. I don't have any political influence. I don't think I even have any political influence over my husband. I think it's just me. Um, so it was just to kind of reflect what was going on, respond to events as they happen, and highlight how crazy and silly everybody's been behaving. Um, so that's why, in an incredibly long, convoluted way. Um, I have absolutely loved every minute of it. I think as an illustrator, I've never felt so inspired. I'm waking up thinking, oh God, like that is a brilliant idea, like I can draw that, people will like that. Um, it has been a really positive experience for me as a creative. Um, there have been negatives. I was expecting a lot of nastiness on the internet, um, and I have had a bit, but not anywhere near what I was expecting. A lot of people arguing with me saying that's not true, where have you got this from? And again, it was never intended to be me presenting facts. it's silliness mixed with some serious messages, but I don't really know what to say to that. I'm not doing it to get into arguments about like the exact cost of the EU or the exact rights that we gained from them. So, um, as a business person, um, I've had a few negative comments saying, "Look, this isn't what I want from you. I'm worried because I really like your work, but this feels like propaganda," um, which is absolutely people's right to think that. You control how you like. That's completely up to you. Um, but on the whole, I've had people say, this is exactly like what I was hoping that somebody would do, this is how I feel. And the reach that I have gained on my like Facebook page, social media, my followers have just gone up. It's gone crazy. So whilst I am worried about alienating certain people, on the whole, I think it's been brilliant. Um, and I'm going to push one through to the referendum on Thursday, carry on because it just seems silly to stop now. I might as well just finish it off. And then after that, I will go back to normal, but I will hopefully be able to carry on with the odd political cartoon, notes on current affairs, and things like that. But I would be really interested to know what you think. Like, if you're somebody who likes me, who doesn't like me, anything, basically any thoughts you have on it, I'd be really interested to know. Hopefully next time I will be brave enough to actually go on Facebook Live, but I can barely string a sentence together just in front of my webcam at the moment, so I won't get too far ahead of myself. Thank you.